Hi everybody, it's Paul from Robots with Coffee, and I just came back from TFcon. I had a great time. I want to thank everybody for stopping by and visiting my booth and picking up some comics or stickers or artwork. And I wanted to talk about what's coming up in the next year, some of the plans that I have. And the first thing is last year, a lot of you supported this book, Spiders Are Helpful, and which is not anything to do with Robots with Coffee. It was my first themed comic about things I learned about spiders at a college I went to. I didn't actually go to it. It's all a joke, a bunch of joke pages. And the Kickstarter was very successful, and having it at C2E2 in 2024 was very successful. A lot of people love the book. So I'm going to start working on the sequel next month, and it's going to be a storybook about Mr. Spider. So tune in for that. I'll make announcements, obviously, but if you enjoyed this book, hopefully you'll enjoy the next one. Obviously, I put together a couple collections of strips, 20 pages, collecting more inking box strips. We have more Robots with Coffee 5. I had a lot of fun putting this cover together. And Robots with Coffee 6. And this was just more, I would say more of the same, but more and more inking box strips, which included some commentary, which if I reprint other issues, I might go back and do that. Not that I like explaining jokes, but sometimes I'll hear a phrase from an old movie, because I like to watch a lot of old movies, or something will happen to me, and I will make a comic out of it and go from there. And it's not all just puns, mostly puns still. And so I put some commentary in it, and another thing is I also put in a preview of my new comic strip, Mal and D. So, which, might not mean anything anymore, because this year I managed to get everything together and get a new book together called Mal and D. And this was at TFcon, and sold a lot of copies. Thank you so much, and I want to thank everybody who came back and said how much they loved the book. That meant a lot, and if you see this blank sheet of paper, it is the next page of the next issue. So their adventures are going to continue, and or maybe they're going to go back to work after this issue, after this complete issue, which collects the stories. If you don't know, Mal and D are a couple of robots who are rebooted and put back into the workplace, and one of them gets sort of restless about the world around him and wants to kind of explore and find out who he used to be. And they go on adventures, or they have a big adventure. It's just the first adventure in 24 pages. I will tell you that the plan was that these were all comic strips that appeared on the website. Usually the format I attempted was 6 daily strips. They didn't run every day, followed by a little more free-form Sunday strip, like this double-page spread that's in the Robots with Coffee 6 sampler, if you have that. And so that would be kind of the pattern. I didn't always stick to it, but for the most part I did. And it was a lot of fun to do, a lot of fun ways to advance the story, have every strip end in a joke or in an action beat, kind of keep it moving, keep it light, keep it fun, keep it adventurous, keep it exciting. And I think it worked. So I really appreciate everybody, again, who picked it up. I'm probably not going to be doing, I don't travel, and I don't know how TFcon is going to work, and then, where it's going to appear, because, it goes around. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around to the next conventions, but if I do small shows, and hopefully if I do C2E2, fingers crossed, that'd be awesome. But in the meantime, get on the website and order a copy if you haven't, read it. And even if you read it, that's the other thing I did too, is that I even though I did it in comic strip format, I really kind of plotted it and planned it so that it would be like a comic book. It would be, the flow would still work. Because when you read adventure strips, they're often very repetitive. It'll have a recap in the first panel, and then something new in the next panel or two, and then the next day it's a recap, and then when you get to the Sunday strip, it's like almost recapping the entire week. And that's because, they probably have to assume that people don't pick it up every day. That's not what I did here. It really would just be, it ends on a joke or an action beat, and still kind of keeps going without having to be so redundant like a normal adventure strip would be. And there's some other things that I planned so that there would be kind of a visual flow from certain pages. I'm not that great of an artist, so hopefully it works. I think it does. And like I said, I've gotten some really good comments about it, which I really appreciate. I'm really proud of it. So I hope you check it out on the website. And, I hope you order a copy. Because I think it'll be a fun read for you. It'll read different, probably, and be a lot more fun in comic book format. So that's what this page is. The next page for Mal and D, I'm going to be working on that through 2026. The other thing I'm going to do is, one of the things that people liked at the show were stickers. And, I make these myself on vinyl paper. So I'm going to start grabbing designs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something called Sticker Club. And I don't know if it's going to be on Patreon or Ko-fi, but either way, every month I'm going to offer a new design, and you can order it, or, you can subscribe. And, I'll make sure there's a way for you to unsubscribe, and you can just pick it up the next month so you don't get charged automatically if that's not what you're into. But I think it'll be a fun thing to do. And it'll be priced hopefully reasonable. Along with that, I'm going to do a postcard. And when you get the postcard, you can cut out the figure on the front. On the back will be your address when I mail it to you. But you'll be able to cut it out, and there'll be tabs that you can insert. It'll be on cardstock, and you will have a paper doll. So, yeah. And it'll be in color. Hopefully it won't all be like in gray, because the robots are usually gray. I'll try to liven it up a little bit. But that's something I plan on doing next month. So I hope you tune in. At the very least, I hope you check out Mal and D if you haven't already. It was just a lot of fun to do, and I hope you enjoyed it. Did I show you the mug? I made robots with coffee mugs. So that's not on the website yet, but I had this design sitting on a file for 2 years, and I finally called the printer, and they made it. So hooray. It's not on the site yet, probably soon, hopefully before Christmas. Thanks for tuning in. I want to do more. I want to do more things on the YouTubes or wherever. So stay tuned. Visit me on Blue Sky. Visit me on Instagram. Visit the .com, robotswithcoffee.com. We'll see you later, and love thy neighbor, dummy.